He was at the Sixers and the Lakers game last night. He's my friend. He is Chris Broussard, our FS1 NBA analyst. Also has In the Zone with Chris Broussard podcast, which unfortunately sometimes beats mine, which does not make me happy at all. All right, well, you were at the game last night. I had my takeaways. So wrap a bow around it. It was Lakers up by 1 entering the fourth. It was a 4-point game with under a minute to go. Everybody this morning is like the Sixers are on their way. The Lakers are a mess. What is your takeaway on it?
Well, my takeaway is Steve Kerr spoke too soon. Boston is not the future of the Eastern Conference. Philadelphia is.
What? Come on now.
Period.
What?
Those two could be all-time greats, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. They are phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Oh, Embiid's played.
They may battle with Boston for a few years. Now, of course, health, we have to see if they can stay healthy, of course. But I'm assuming they stay healthy.
Right.
Joel Embiid, first of all, he's got everything you want. He's got back-to-the-basket moves, great footwork. He can face you up with great footwork, hit the mid-range jumper, hit the three-pointer. Obviously, he can block shots and defend. He's 7'2". And here's what I love about him. He is nasty.
Yeah, no, he's got dogs.
Every time he gets it, he wants to attack you. And I saw him do it to DeAndre Jordan on Monday. Last night, I mean, come on, you trying to guard him with Julius Randle? Golden State, are they going to try to guard him with Draymond Green?
So to you, Philadelphia is the future in the East.
Yes, and they should be the future in the league.
You know what's funny right now? Markelle Fultz is hurt and was a little bit of a disaster in camp. Nobody's talking about that. We're all glommed on Lonzo because he's playing, but they've got a little bit of an issue with the young guy as well. So let's look at the Lakers last night. Let's just segue right now into the Lonzo benching, which I don't have a problem with. He's not a scorer in a close game late. He's not a physical presence defensively. I don't see it as anything other than let's get our best personnel in a game. If Corey Brewer's available, play him with Kuzma and Ingram and shooters. Should I read more into the Lonzo benching in the fourth?
Well, he's got a long way to go.
Yeah.
And seeing him on the court with Ben Simmons just highlighted how they shouldn't even be mentioned in the same breath, honestly.
No, Simmons is a better player.
Yeah, there's no question, and will be better. Talking to scouts, I talked to a former point guard last night who was a really good point guard in the league. And they've told me that they never have seen a great or known a great point guard who was passive and who was not vocal on the court. And Lonzo obviously is both of those things. So he's got to get more aggressive, speak more on the court. And here's another thing. And I've praised him for pushing the ball ahead with the pass. That's great. But he pushes it ahead just to push it ahead.
Just to get it out of his hands.
Yeah, like even if the guy doesn't have a play, it might be Brook Lopez at half court and he's going to pass it up to him. Unless your guy ahead of you can make a play or score, then you need to dribble it up the court and make a decision as the point guard, as the leader on the floor. He's not doing that. And one of the reasons for the benching last night, too, was that defensively, he got 3 straight line drives and just went by him. I saw T.J. McConnell go by him at one point. And so that's a factor, too. But right now Jordan Clarkson is not a point guard. No. And now I'm told he doesn't even like playing that position. But he is aggressive and makes plays. And they're better right now, at least late in the game, with him at point.
Listen, fans love. Here's the way fans work. Fans never tell you when they're wrong. But the reality is the smartest basketball people in the world miss all the time.
Yep.
Same in the NFL. People missed on Dak Prescott. They missed on Russell Wilson.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. So if Belichick passed on Tom Brady 6 times, guy sitting in his apartment right now watching the shows like, I told you about Lonzo. The NBA has a history of massive whiffs, right? There's only about 7 players at draft that can really play.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's 9 now because of international players. Is it possible? Is anybody saying this? Because I still think he's quick. He's got length. He's a great... Are people whispering now, holy crap, Lonzo could be a bust? He wouldn't be the first. Martin Cleaves, Jacques Vaughn, guys that were great college players. Yeah. I can tell you 15 bigs that have bombed in the last 25 years.
Mostly what I'm hearing is he'll be good. He'll be good.
Still are.
He'll be good, but not transcendent, not great. I'm hearing he'll be good. And there are some wonders, but I haven't heard anybody say they think he's going to be a bust, not a scout, not a talent evaluator.
Okay, that's fair enough. I'm watching. I'm going to throw up a graphic, and I want you to react to it. Everybody's talking LeBron either stays in Cleveland or goes to L.A. Can we put this graphic up? What about this? Bronzingus.
So you off Bronzino. What was it? Bronzino?
LeBronzo.
LeBronzo. Yeah.
What about Bronzingus? LeBron going to New York. Staying smartly in the East. Okay, Porzingis now is clearly a star.
Yes.
And by the way, he's not only a star, he's just tapping into his stardom. Yes. Like, he's not at his peak yet, and there are routine nights where he's a 30-point scorer and a dominant presence. You know how LeBron monitors this league. Is there anything LeBron saying, if I can get one more? If you go Porzingis, LeBron, and another top player, good night, Boston.
Well, I'm with you on this. He would be better off if he leaves Cleveland. You know, I've said it before. Go to San Antonio. I think you'll win another ring or two there. But if he leaves Cleveland and he wants to go to a big market, and that's important, then he is better off with the Knicks than with the Lakers. I'm with you. Stay in the East. Now, I know you got Philadelphia that's going to come up, but it's still not the West. And for the next few years, Philadelphia won't be as, if they stay healthy, they'll reach their peak a few years.
Let me just throw this thing at you. I know everybody loves Embiid, okay? 4 years, 43 games.
I'm with you. He never has played a full year in his life.
In his life.
Not just in the pros. So you're right. That's something. So even if Philly stays healthy, for the next couple years, LeBron can match up with Simmons, and obviously is better than Simmons at this point. And Porzingis can at least match up with Embiid. Now, Embiid's too strong for him, but he could pull Embiid out and hit threes on him. So, I agree. New York, if he doesn't go to San Antonio and if he leaves Cleveland, go to New York, period. Don't go to the Lakers. Porzingis is better than anybody that's on the Lakers or that will be on the Lakers, other than LeBron if he were to go there.
No question.
He's better than Paul George,
I'm gonna tell you something.
Brandon Ingram, Kuzma, Lonzo, all of them.
You worked at the New York Times. I was talking to Kristine about this the other day. Listen, I would love to see John Gruden go back into coaching. It's more interesting. I have only been to Madison Square Garden a couple of times. But the West now is so heavy. It's just bad. Like I said this, in college football, USC needs to be good. You don't want it to be Midwest and Southern heavy. We need, right now, the Wizards are good. The Celtics are good. The Sixers are interesting. God, does the NBA need New York to be relevant? Like, I find myself this morning waking up and thinking, that would be fascinating.
If LeBron went to New York next year, they would reach the finals.
Absolutely.
Unless he has some amazing drop-off because of his age, but they would reach the finals. And that's great. And I'm telling you, Porzingis is the truth.
Oh, God, he's great.
And they would be able to at least somewhat match up with Golden State. You add a couple other pieces.
It'd be so much fun. I can't.
If he leaves Cleveland.
Peter King will be joining us top of the hour. Finally, I said that when the Ball story broke, it was kind of uplifting. It's like, oh, cool. African-American dad, 3 kids, all Scully's, UCLA. I'm like, oh, I get my arms around that. Yeah. This morning, if you start using word association, dad's a loudmouth, son's a shoplifter, other son, marginal bust, other son's driving a Maserati. The brand is now a T-shirt company with $1,100 shoes. Can I make the argument that they got over their skis and their 15 minutes of fame are up?
Well, obviously the verdict's still out on Lonzo, and we'll see what LaMelo becomes. But look, there's no doubt, LeVar, when you talk that much, you better back it up. And obviously this was a case where his kids had to back it up. But there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There were benefits to his running his mouth, and I do think one of them is, as I've said before on this show, was maybe getting Lonzo drafted number 2. If we didn't know who LeVar Ball was, he was a normal, quiet parent, it's a good chance, I believe, Lonzo would not have been the second pick.
Because Lonzo played Kentucky De'Aaron Fox head-to-head and got humiliated. Ate him up. Like,
I mean, they may have picked him because he was great at UCLA. But because of LeVar's talk, the momentum, the hype. It was almost like they had to take it.
Hey, I said it here. It just fit. Lakers, Lonzo, Ball, Passer, Magic, everything. And by the way, the Lakers are going to go out and get shooters. They don't need him to be a great scorer. They want, Ingram can shoot. Kuzma can shoot. Lopez can shoot. They're trying to build a shooting roster. He's never going to be a great. That's not what they brought him here for. I don't know. It is. I try not to root like this. These are kids. But when I watch this Lonzo and this shoplifting, I said this yesterday, I'm UCLA, man. I am out. I cut the cord. I'm done. I'm like, this is an international incident. I am out of here.
It was bad. I think if UCLA, look, an expulsion, I wouldn't have been upset about it because obviously it could be warranted. But as long as they stick to, like, if this indefinite suspension is 10 games or it's significant, and they do make him, as Steve Alford said, earn their way back onto the team, I'm fine with that. Give them a second chance, but make them work for it, prove that they've changed or whatever. But that was a terrible situation. They're very fortunate.
Oh, God.
And hopefully you learn from – look, I'm still pulling for the kids. I hope they all – Leandro's not going to be an NBA player, but I hope LaMelo is a good player and Lonzo plays well. But right now, again, you put it out there. You talked a lot, and they got to back it up. There's no question about it.
This is the comeuppance. Good seeing you, bud.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from the newest show on FS1, First Things First, with Chris Carter and Nick Wright.